Good afternoon. I want to talk about home gym gains versus commercial gym gains. As in, if you train at home, if you work out at home, are you limiting your potential for gains? Are you denying yourself some huge advantage physically from not being in a commercial gym? There are so many variables to consider that you can't consider all of them. Okay? So the first initial disclaimer is it really comes down to the psychological aspect of it. Let's address that and get that out of the way, then we can get on to what the meat of the matter. If you need the commercial gym atmosphere for your drive, to enhance your drive, then, if you can't get it up at home, then, then obviously training at home is going to be detrimental. It's going to be a deficit for you. If the opposite can also be true. You may get easily distracted in a commercial gym. You may be self-conscious and not even really aware of it or willing to admit it. Other people may be influencing you in a way that's limiting your progress in a commercial gym, and you're not even aware of it, or you haven't actually taken time to examine that. Maybe you would make better progress if you had a little bit less weight on that machine, that leverage machine, and could get full range of motion and really good contractions with good squeezes and shit. Maybe you would make better progress instead of these partial reps or whatever it is you're doing. And then again, it's another huge individual thing, even mentioning that, even saying that aspect of it, because a lot of people with continuous tension doing partial reps make great progress. But these are guys that have been training a long time. These are dudes that already have a good deal of muscle, I can maintain my physique. I can look pretty sharp just doing kind of partials and continuous tension, but that's not my preference. It's not what I do like now as I'm getting bigger. It's not what I do to get bigger at all. Not at all. So let's not get off topic like I'm wont to do. Okay. Staying on topic. My own experience, which is all I'm really qualified to speak on, my own experience is right now I've been training in the basement with free weights, mostly free weights. I have some machine stuff, but mostly free weights. Been training with mostly free weights now for months and months, probably since March, mostly all free weights. So then when I returned to the gym very recently, I've been back in the gym, I think, a total of 2 or 3 weeks. That's it. I returned to the gym. Now, surprisingly to me, all of the standard bodybuilding type of bullshit with leverage machines, with cable machines that I would normally do, right? What would be considered a typical routine for me, not atypical, but a typical routine for me with that kind of equipment. All of my previous weights are in that neighborhood are way, way too light now. I built mad strength, regained mad strength. I'm stronger right now than I have been since I had the slap tear back in, I don't know when the hell it was, 2014 maybe. I'm stronger now than I've been since that, and it's because of all this free weight shit. And it didn't even really occur to me because I'm not moving mountains down here with free weight. I'm not. I'm being very cautious, very cautious. And the weights are steady going up and increasing, and sometimes I am moving some pretty good weight, enough weight that I knew my strength was certainly coming up, drastically improving because of the working weights that I'm using and getting plenty of reps with, like with authority. So, I knew that, but it was a surprise to me when I went back into the gym, the commercial gym, and had access to everything you can think of, and all the typical bodybuilding oriented type of shit that I would do, all of it was way, way too light. Way too light. You know, even the leverage machines and everything, you know, I can throw a ton of weight on there now. A ton of weight. Full range of motion, really good contractions, you know, whole reps. So what I'm doing is I am going to use the commercial gym as kind of a deload. Now, I know I'm not trying to offend any strength athletes out there. Many of my very best friends were strength athletes, and most of the people I trained with, you know, in my heyday, they were all strength athletes for the most part. Those that were bodybuilders were actually like crossovers from powerlifting, you know. So I'm not doing a powerlifting type of approach or a strength training type of approach primarily, though strength is a concern for me. It is something I am purposely improving, but I'm going to go ahead and come back now to free weights, and I will stay with free weights in this basement. Will not go to the gym again for probably another several months. So I'm treating the commercial gym as kind of a deload phase for me. When I rotate back to the commercial gym after months down here with the free weights, then I'm doing what I would consider a deload, because I'm not using free weights in the gym now. Not at all now. I'm just taking advantage or making advantage of all the various contraptions and leverage equipment and cables that are available there, all the machine shit. So for me, I'm considering that a deload period, because I'm not putting that really heavy iron on me. I'm not bringing in all those stabilizers that I'm using down here with the free weight. You know, none of that. But I will say this, training at home, I've made hella progress. I had pretty much forgotten, you know, since I was younger, I had forgotten and become estranged from training the way I train down here now. And even if you start out doing ridiculously light weights and feeling like, oh, this isn't shit, my opinion is that you're going to make more progress. You're going to get stronger, especially in usable, practical terms, in the basement with free weights, with mostly the majority of free weights, than what you're going to do in a commercial gym using a bunch of 45s on a leverage piece of equipment or whatever else you're doing in there. That's my opinion, and for me, it proves out as true. So that's what I'm doing now. So I just was in the gym for 2 or 3 weeks, did my little deload thing, hit everything from all these angles, and it has something to give. It brings merit to it, this approach, you know, but I've gotten what I can get from that now in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm done with that. Now I'm back down here, you know, back down here where the fucking bullet meets the bone, and grinding with the free weights. And I'll do that again for months and months and months, and then jump back. It'll probably be getting warm out by the time I go back to the gym again. And I'll probably go back beastly, and it'll be my deload again. So it's not like I need, I'm calling it a deload. Listen, I'm just taking liberal license there to call it a deload, because I'm deloading my joints as far as I'm concerned, and my connective tissue. But I have done this since March. So it's not like I'm doing some kind of hardcore powerlifting strength approach type of workout or routine that I need to truly deload more regularly in a traditional sense. I don't need to. But for me, this is how it works. And the greatest progress I've ever made is just doing things in cycles and rotations. Just like now, I'm about to get back on the treadmill and spend a period of time with the carbs back down again, and dropping body fat, reduced body fat, even though I didn't gain as much back as I had before. So it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But it still leaves me a step ahead every time. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I just wanted to talk about that. There's great merit and value in training at home for 1,000 endless reasons. I control the atmosphere. I control the music. I control whatever lighting I want. I have, I don't have to wait for anybody. I don't have to wait on anything. And because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere on 16 acres with no neighbors and nobody here, I can train any hour I want and make as much noise as I please. So it's plenty of advantage here for me. But it has been fun going back in the commercial gym these past 2.5 weeks. But now it's about done. I've pretty much wrung out just in 2.5 weeks what I'm getting out of that. And I'm coming back in here because I'm seeing what's happening. And this is where it's really getting done. And then just going into me a little, not really refinement, but it's giving me the variety. And I don't need it as often or frequently because this is the bread and butter down here. That's it. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I just got back from the gym. You guys take care. Hope you're having a great Friday and hope you have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you again shortly.